All right, so we're going to look at two types of formulas for sequences. The first type is what we call explicit. So an explicit formula, that is based on the term number. The other type is called recursive, and that is based on the previous term. Let's look at an example. Okay, so we have this example where we have the sequence of 1, 4, 7, 10, and it keeps continuing. That's what these dots mean. That means it keeps going on. I'm not going to keep writing it forever, but we know it keeps going. So looking at this string of numbers, I can see that the pattern is that we are adding 3 each time. So the first number, which is a 1, but I'm going to show it by saying a sub 1. The first number is a 1. The second number is a 4. How did we get to that 4? Because we said it's 1 plus 3. The third number is 7. And how did we get to that? Well, we said it was 1 plus 3 plus 3 more. Because we had the 3 here, and now we're having to add on another 3. We then have a sub 4 and get 10. And that 10 is shown by having the 1 plus 3 from the past, plus 3 more to get from 7 up to 10. So for any number, a sub n, some unknown number in this example, we would be able to show that by saying we're going to have the beginning 1 plus 3, because we keep adding 3. But how many 3's do we add? It's going to be n minus 1. So 1 time less than whatever number we are at. And this is an example of the explicit formula. So what do I mean by that? If I said, okay, I want to know what is the 7th number. So a sub 7 would be 1 plus 3 times 7 minus 1, because we're going to add 3 6 times to get up to that 7th number. So a sub 7 would be 1 plus 3 times 6. 3 times 6 gives 18, and we're going to add on the 1. So a sub 7 means the 7th number is going to end up being 19 in this pattern, which if we want to check, can say plus 3 to get 13, plus 3 to get to 16, plus 3 to get to 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th number is in fact 19. Our explicit formula, using the value of a term in the sequence using its position, allows us to know the explicit formula. But that's one of the two types. So now we're going to figure it out using recursive formula. So a sub 2 is made up of the first number plus 3 more. Remember, we started with 1 and we're adding on 3 to get to number 4, which is the second number. Moving on to the next number, it would be a sub 2 plus 3. So we take the previous number and add 3 more. A 4 is going to be made up of a 3 plus 3 more. This is the recursive formula. So a sub n, we would find that by finding the previous number. So we would just say n minus 1 to get 1 back and add 3. So that is how you would find a sub n. But we also need to note that our first number where we start is on 1. So knowing that we started at 1, then we would be able to follow along in this pattern until we got to whatever n it was. So if I asked for a sub n to be, if n were to be 7, I couldn't look at this formula and say, okay, a sub 7 is equal to a of 7 minus 1 plus 3 to find out that a sub 7 is really a sub 6 plus 3. Well, that's true, but we would have to actually work through the process to find out what is that a sub 7. And actually, this is what I previously did when I found that 19 was the number and I had wanted to verify the explicit formula.